morning, if I believe if Complexity wins, they actually will be slotted into Pool A. We still are waiting on a few more variables to figure out if Ghost Gaming, if they are able to win, where they would go. But keep that in mind as we do start this matchup. I'm excited to see. I know what this Complexity roster can do for the most part, right? I'm excited for this Ghost Gaming roster. Haven't gotten to look at it as much. Panda and GodRx have had their fair share of new teams throughout this season. I think they started out on Rogue, and that Rogue team constantly making their way out of the open bracket. Then they actually get on that new squad for a little while. I think it was only for the Canada event they actually were going to be playing with Enigma 6, and now they're here on Ghost Gaming, and early kills coming in right now, and Ghost Gaming going to lock down a few seconds here on this Statue Hill.
We'll see what they're going to be able to do. Things just going back and forth between these sides, so 30 seconds to play before we can see Complexity. They already have the next hill in mind. They have that control. They get right back onto Statue, but there's still one player being a nuisance. That's going to be GodRx. He's heating up. He's on a 4-kill streak. They're targeting the player over there towards that lower docks, but as you can see, the bottom right side of your minimap, Complexity, they still do have control of the spawns, but now this is where GodRx needs to go big in this 1 versus 1. Dashy goes on top, but now you're starting to see a split spawn, so every kill at this point in time, it's going to go the other way, but Ghost Gaming, they're still spawning on that lower docks. It's going to be an easier path to try to get off this firebox, and we talked to Ghost Gaming, we said they're trying to target Complexity, making them play on these fast-paced maps. You have Fellow, Dashy, and Study who are going to be playing hyper-aggressive. It's a bold strategy to target just one player in Parasite, but Dashy's been a guy who, even at the beginning of the year, had slow teams that played with him. He's always had that great individual performance, and look for him to carry this over into CWL Atlanta as well.
There's just so much to prove here for both of these teams right now. So many players that just haven't had a chance to really prove themselves all the way, and as we make our way over to this next hill, we can see Complexity has that early lead, but they're not able to establish control here. GodRx, who's just been a key factor for Ghost Gaming on the hill for a little bit, gets a few crucial kills, but is taken down. And this hill is just going back and forth. It's been a contest fest on absolutely every hill. If you look at the kill feed, it's just swapping back and forth trades over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to go to our 3rd hill as well, and the score is only 30-21 and rising for Complexity. It's a very, very low-scoring hardpoint for what we've seen so far, but it just shows you the back-and-forth action that we're seeing. You see Complexity on the bottom left side. They're getting ready to possibly make a push towards this lower docks to get a break, but the setup that Ghost Gaming has is going to be a complete 4-man spread. They have that lower docks pinned down, that mid-cut as well. We'll see how they opt to play this defense.
This is where you break up the rhythm right here. Ghost Gaming should be able to establish a foothold. You can easily turn this into a money hill, and you can see they have a really good hold right now. Panda's going to be creeping around, going to be able to find some kills. That's going to buy them quite a bit of time, and all of a sudden Ghost Gaming going to be able to turn around the table. They're going to pull ahead again inside of this game. And now it's up to Complexity. It's going to be a long run back, and Ghost Gaming has a solid hold. Study going to try to get that breach started, gets that frag, but now it's just GodRx doing what GodRx does. Panda grabs the 2-piece as well. This duo's popping off.
Look at that 4-kill streak for GodRx, make it 5 now. Panda has 2, and Lacefield has a kill to his own, but that entire stretch, it was just Ghost Gaming and your kill feed nonstop. They had Complexity pinned to that bottom right side of the map. From that point, you have 3 choke points you can push through, and Ghost Gaming had every single one of those locked down. They now have flawless rotation going into the back. 1 player still being a nuisance and Study towards this coal area, but now 2 players do break into barrels. Lacefield going to be the next player to push inside for Ghost Gaming. He's going to fall, but you see Mox doing everything he can to anchor. He's staying alive, but he's going to be left all by his lonesome to fight off 2 players from Complexity.
Oh my goodness, I mean, they actually come back. They know just how important it is to try to break up those spawns. Now it is going to be Fellow who tries to hold that position, but a lot of the damage already done for Ghost Gaming. They're able to break the hill, and now they're able to get the kill as well, and it's going to be Panda in the back. He is taken out, but it looks like this is still a relatively favorable spawn. You don't have the back spawn, but still able to get right back into barrels without a problem, and Ghost Gaming all of this time just racking up points. They crack 100. They've looked so dominant these past 2 hills. Complexity needs to figure something out before Ghost Gaming runs away with this game.
And it's just one of those things too, is that Ghost Gaming right now, they're doing everything right. When it comes to the early rotations, to getting that set up, they're allowing their submachine gun players to push out those cuts. As soon as Complexity spawns, they get about 10 seconds to where they're alive. Ghost Gaming slays it out and spawns them out as well. You see another early rotation coming in this time. Lacefield is going to be at the next hill already with GodRx. They're forcing Complexity to go for that scrap time, and look at this. They're pushed up so high on the map, but 1 player did just spawn there. Study can break this entire setup that Ghost Gaming has. Never mind.
You do not want to get the back spawns that late, and then they do, and ultimately it is Ghost Gaming who manages to have pretty much a perfect hill there. Pretty much a perfect hold, and still gets over to Doc's Crane nice and early. Now they're going to be vying for those spawns, but you can see it was actually Dashy who's still spawning all the way back there. Such a long trek for Complexity. try to get over to this hill. 153 to 49 right now. Ghost Gaming just really, you can start to see why they picked this map.
You definitely can. I mean, just everything about it's like a well-oiled machine right now for Ghost Gaming, and this is a map during the national circuit that did look a little bit shaky for them in the earlier stages. I know as the weeks just went on and that they started to improve, but they wanted this map against Complexity. They allowed it to get through, and now Complexity, they're basically making them pay for it. They're not even over 50 points yet. They're only 1 second away, but Ghost Gaming dominated that entire hill. They dominated barrels. They dominated warehouse. Things were so close, too, before heading into those hills.
Well, that's why I'm excited to see on this new rotation how these next two hills are going to look. They were so contest-heavy. Right now, we are going to see Complexity gets the first footing here. But before we jumped into this map, we even mentioned the reason Ghost Gaming locked this one in against Complexity was to keep Parasite inside of a cage. He's the only member of his team right now who's actually positive. Ghost Gaming completely outslaying Complexity at this time. Right now, they're going to get a few extra seconds. That's just some change for them as they do grab a couple seconds on Statue. Ghost Gaming right now. This is a little bit less contest-heavy than we saw the first time around, but Complexity, they entered this at 49 seconds. They're able to grab a quick 20 here. We still got a little bit of scrap time left on Statue as well.
The thing I like from Ghost Gaming there, they lost control of the hill, but you saw the break that it had, and when it comes down to getting that Statue hill, it all goes down to lower docks. You take out that guy, that entire setup, you force Parasite to look away from basically the area that he's looking. He's looking over towards that fire cut. He's looking towards gate. He has to turn around as well. Fellow, he's starting to kick things up. 5 kill streak for him. Very close to being fully streaked out, but he has earned that fighter pallet as well as the glide bomb. 2 players trying to hit in towards lights for Ghost Gaming and Complexity. They're starting to come to life here in the second set of hills.
And you know, I will say, once again, these first 2 hills did not look bad for them in the first rotation either. It really is going to come down to the next hill for me. If Ghost Gaming's able to run away with it like they did last time, it could be game. But Complexity at this point has managed to crack 100. There is still a gap of about 80 seconds in between these two squads. But Fellow going to use those streaks. He finds both Panda and GodRX. This duo has been together for a while. Now they find a new home here on Ghost Gaming, and they're looking very strong. This was their map pick as well. They're trying to turn this hill into another money hill for them on the second rotation.
This is one of the biggest things that you're seeing Complexity struggle. Finally start to see the SMG players pick up the slack that they've been leaving when it comes down to the slaying department. And they're slowly starting to claw their way back into this game, and it's all thanks to Fellow. Those streaks are going to be big. Parasite, he has a fighter pilot to work with as well as we do go down the stretch. But towards this tin warehouse, the only way that the fighter pilot's going to be effective is if you bring it in from that west side of the map. You can kind of squeeze it in, might be able to catch a player out of position. But if I have Complexity, I might just hold off on using the streaks. But Parasite's going to go ahead and call this one in. He's going to get the call. How many players are inside? Get some shots in there on Pander. Only finds one, though, on Mox.
Once again, you see Ghost Gaming having that really strong hold, but this time the kill feed going to go the way of Complexity. Lacefield, though, going to try to turn it around. He's going to pull down 2 big kills, and still Ghost Gaming manages to stay alive. Pander grabs a 2-piece as well, and all of a sudden Ghost Gaming just holding on, tooth and nail, taking them down. Lacefield's going to be able to find another kill, and it is all blue, grabbing seconds. 212 to 129, just a little bit of scrap time left, and already you can see Ghost Gaming. This time it's going to be Mox again, trying to hold those back spawns so they can set up for barrel.
And you have Study overextending to try to fight for those spawns, but you know that Ghost Gaming's been rotating others throughout the entirety of the match. He's going to be fighting at least a 1 versus 2. That time, 3 players collapsed on him and took him out. But now Complexity, they're going straight through the front, trying to get something going. Glide Bomb's going to be trying to squeeze on top of barrels. They find one of GodRX, and now he will be pushing out of the hill there. Lacefield finds himself a kill. A player does fall. Complexity take over.
Well, let's see how big these spawns can be for Ghost Gaming. They can still close it out on this hill. If they manage to win, they get slotted into Pool B. If Complexity are able to win this entire series, they get slotted into Pool A. Complexity trying to turn it around in these late portions of the game. They know that Ghost Gaming can win here. They know that they need to make their stand in barrel building, and now this hill going to be under contest 2, trying to take down Pander. Pander being quite annoying. Study finally does take him down.
A very slow game from Study. Has some nice hill time to try to make up for that one, but Ghost Gaming, they rotate early now. But the thing that we've been seeing Complexity in these second set of rotations, that they're actually able to break this up. You're seeing a lot more team coordination compared to what we saw in that first time. And look at the scores. It keeps on rising. Complexity, they're clawing their way back into this one. But now you have the players. They're going around for the pinch. Fellow's going to have this back spawn block. So when he gets this kill, it could possibly spawn the Ghost Gaming players out. But no, they get the lower dock spawn right now. They take out the player pushing towards Bus. Dashy, the last person up alive here towards this dockside. Dashy goes big, finds himself 3, finally falls. Players from Ghost Gaming spawning right back there on that bus. Right now, nobody getting inside the hill, but Complexity are trying to make their mark right now over towards Crane.
And good. Ghost Gaming gonna lose that spawn. We saw basically Complexity take over that pushed Ghost Gaming out. They said, okay, we're gonna pay attention to Docs, and all of a sudden Complexity's able to march on over, take them down. Complexity about to break 200 on this hill as well. We got a game on our hands, Dirk.
Most definitely do. Only 20 seconds left to play before we do head back towards the statue. Complexity having to do an excellent job of holding this one. If they're able to get the rest of the time, they'll put them at 216. And quick math for it, it's only going to be separated by 4 points. The statue, we saw how good Ghost Gaming played that one in the first set of rotations. Going to the second one, a little bit of more back and forth action between both of these sides. So we'll see Ghost Gaming, they're getting set up here to try to make a play on towards statue. You have a player 6, Study, flanking from that barrels area, could break this entire setup that Ghost Gaming has.
Study gonna try to do just that. Now all of a sudden Complexity, they're 5 seconds off from doing it, 5 seconds from being tied with Ghost Gaming. We haven't seen that in quite some time, and there we go. They pull on ahead, and Ghost Gaming all over the map right now. They need to try to collapse on in on the squad of Complexity. Complexity is now in a position where they could win on this hill. We've mentioned how contest heavy this has been. Now it's gonna be Godarx who breaks it up for a little bit, but all of a sudden, it's boys in red shorts back inside the hill. Dashy with a huge two-piece, gonna be able to secure some extra seconds for Complexity. And right now, Complexity's looking like they may be able to close this out after Ghost Gaming has firmly been in the driver's seat the entirety of the match. And there you have it. Complexity gonna be taking map number 1. Dirk, my goodness, we start off with just such a low-scoring game. It is back and forth, and then this is the pick of Ghost Gaming. They're able to take over, and in the late portions of the game, Complexity steps it up.
You hate to see it. That's really all you can say about that one. They wanted to force Complexity to play London Docks. There was a point in the game as we're heading into that second to the tin warehouse, the barrel building, where Ghost Gaming took over the entirety of the game. Like, they were almost getting full 60s on each hill going forward. But Complexity, like we said, you start to get Fellow going a little bit. You get him some streaks. Parasite, the main goal is to slow him down by making him play London Docks. He stepped it up. He was the guy who was getting those streaks and using them effectively for Complexity as well. So it was a very slow start for Complexity. But they picked things up. They built off that momentum. That's why they got the win. You honestly, I sit there and look at that game, and Ghost Gaming threw that one away.
I will say, the thing with Ghost Gaming, too, when I look at this roster, Pander, Godarx, these guys are always in this position. Every Saturday, I feel like I am casting over them at one of these major events. And the thing is when are they going to find the right squad? We've asked the question before. When are they going to find the right squad where they actually make it into pools and go for a deep run? It looks like it could be this squad for sure, but Complexity going to put up a big fight. We've seen these players on the main stage before, and now we're going to be going back to London Docks for Search and Destroy. And how do you think these teams fare here? We already mentioned how huge this really could be for Ghost Gaming. It was their map pick to start things out. For Search and Destroy, is there a similar level of stress on them?
Yeah, I think it is too. I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, both these guys have so much to play for. We did just get word that Ghost Gaming, if they do win this matchup, they fall into Pool B. If Complexity win, they will be going into Pool A. So there's so much to play for on this one. And with Ghost Gaming in Search and Destroy, we looked at the beginning of the year when we were able to sit down and talk with that former roster. I mean, they're always been known for their playbook. They have so many strats in Search and Destroy, but I think one of the biggest issues they kind of ran into in Search and Destroy in the early stages of World War II was focusing so much when it came down to the strategy. So that's something that can bite you in the butt. If you're fighting a strategy every single time and you're going to be thrown a different situation, it's not going to be every time this one player falls and you rotate. There might be a different guy who dies in that setup. So there's so many different situations that really do go down with that. I really don't know how to call this one going either way. I mean, both teams have looked stellar in Search and Destroy. They have players who have been known in that Search and Destroy community who have built up from there as well.
Yeah, now I want to take a quick second right now to talk about an event that's going to be coming up very soon. It's been awesome here in Atlanta. Atlanta quickly becoming one of my favorite cities to do an esports event in. Second time we're doing it for Call of Duty. But guys, CWL Birmingham, if you're watching right now and you're across the pond, come to Birmingham. That's going to be kicking off March 30th to April 1st. If you're not over there, you can also be joining us for Seattle. I'm really excited for this event. It's the first time I've ever been to Seattle. It's going to be April 20th through the 22nd, and you can still get passes for that one, Dirk.
Yeah, lots of rain, lots of coffee, but then we go to the powerhouse of Call of Duty Open events dating back so far. Call of Duty World League Anaheim Open. That's going to be June 15th through the 18th. Anaheim Convention Center. The crowd is something like you really never see before. Team passes are going to be available April 27th. Team passes and spectator passes are also available right now. You can get all the information, mlg.com/CWL Anaheim.
I don't know, that Atlanta crowd, it's
it is a different breed, too.
It's giving Anaheim a run for its money, man. I keep saying it. People are probably going to yell at me for that, but I just love these Atlanta events. Seattle, though, is that really all I can expect, just rain and coffee?
I've never been to Seattle, so,
All right, so I don't know why I'm trusting you on anything. Let's turn our attention back to the match, something that we actually do know about Complexity versus Ghost Gaming. Complexity, in the end, they're able to come out on top. They're going to be able to take the hard point now going into search. Who do you favor?
I'm gonna go Complexity. Just the way that they're able to bounce back, and a lot of these players on this roster feed off that momentum, kind of like how any player in Call of Duty really does. But once you start to get Study, he had a slow game. He was able to pick up a few crucial kills there to really break things down for Ghost Gaming. That's where the collapse started happening. Study wasn't putting up those big numbers, but he had those really impactful kills going to that. I'm gonna look for him to step it up in the search and destroy as well.
And we've seen this matchup before. Last time that we did see it, it was in the National Circuit. The National Circuit, if you do not know, Dirk, you've been casting quite a few of these matches. For everyone at home who might not be familiar with how the CWL National Circuit is actually working, how does this National Circuit go down?
Yeah, so each Friday, you guys can see the dates right there, 3/16, 3/23, 4/6, and 4/13. Those are going to be the days. We have 3 matches that we bring to you guys live. We hand pick them just to bring them onto the broadcast. These guys, you picture it, it's like a little online league for these guys. A nice way to get themselves funding going in towards events, winning some nice money, and as well as getting your pro points up, which ultimately is going to be a huge deal when it comes down to these open events. So we have everything kicking off. We're traveling to Mexico and Brazil. The signups are live for that as well, but really just all over. I think this is the most diverse scene that we've had when it comes down to the open bracket in terms of having the Spanish teams, French, German, Italian, everything, you name it. I mean, in the guys that are in the national circuit as well, the Canadian champions, Lightning Pandas, they find themselves into pool play. So it's a nice little way to make the name for yourself and moving on forward. Like we said, these 2 teams that we have on the stream right now in the United States national circuit didn't have the greatest go around, but I'm sure when it comes down to season 2 of it, they're going to do just fine.
Yeah, and I mean, as you saw on that graphic, you guys can still sign up if you want to try your luck in the CWL National Circuit. But I want to draw our attention back to the teams. You've mentioned that they didn't necessarily have the run that we expected them to have in the National Circuit. What did go down?
It was just one of the biggest things. It was Ghost Game right off the rip. They got off to a very slow start. Complexity was doing really good. It came down to another team's like jeopardy. If that team, I think if they lose, Complexity goes through. It's just one of those situations where you're relying on another team to go big for you. For Ghost Gaming, it was really just slow from the start. And the biggest thing that I noticed was their CTF gameplay was absolutely horrid. Just the way that they were going, they were trying to make solo pushes for flags, and that's one of the biggest takeaways, that these guys can go on tilt as well. I mean, it's not just we're looking at Parasite and Complexity and everything that goes down with them. This Ghost Gaming side with GodRx and Panda, they have that tendency, if things aren't going their way, they might go public with it, they might start talking about it a little bit more as well. So with Ghost Gaming, I know they've been making those adjustments. Like we said, the Pro League Challenge, they're able to make some pretty good runs. 2Ks, they're making excellent runs as well.
Well, both of these teams have a chance to prove themselves in a big way right now, trying to get slotted into pool play. Complexity versus Ghost Gaming. Complexity leads by 1, and a first blood going to go the way of Ghost Gaming to start off this map number 2.
Yep, now it'll be GodRx taking out Dashy there and that. When you see Fellow does get a hit marker, so they kind of get a general idea of where one player is going to be. It's going to be a 3 versus 4 right now. Complexity, Parasites able to even things up to make it 3 apiece.
All of a sudden, we will see that Parasite does get traded out by Pander. Going to be a lot of presence over there by A. Bomb going to get planted down. Now Pander needs to make a big play. He does have with him Mox to try to get in, break this up with a pinch.
See Study's now going to be isolated. Mox pushes that one to the left. It's now Pander and Mox trying to work out here in a trade. 1 versus 2. One's going to be caught going through the window. Phil's able to take him out. 2 kills already in this round, trying to make it 3. 20 seconds on the clock to work with if you are Mox. Phil just holding his line over here towards the box, but Mox doing the exact same thing. Now it looks like he's going to try to invest time. Looks like he's not going to go for the flank. Pushes right back on inside. Now playing the bomb. Fellow doing an excellent job playing his life. That's why we know him as such a good search and destroy player, but is it going to be enough time? Did he get the defuse? This is one of those moments where we just have to wait and see.
We just watched that one go down.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Excellent awareness of the clock and just, my goodness, an iron stomach. Ghost Gaming takes the first round.
That's one of those, like, it's such a weird situation, right? Fellow would have waited just 0.5 more seconds to push into that tin warehouse. They would have won the round. It's just so weird that how it happens, but it's a great play by Mox, dude. Just able to be patient, just hold his line of sight, not go forward for that kill. Good read by him. I mean, it might just be the timing, but he might have just had that knowledge and got the defuse as well. So Mox already off to a good start. 2 kills for him, has the defuse, and GodRx doing excellent work with the M19 already, but kills are going down, and just like that, Dashy, last player up in a 1 versus 3 for Complexity.
Second round, second first blood for Ghost Gaming, and like you said, Mox heating up, 3 kills now. We already saw what he could do to win the round, and GodRx, nothing but beams right now for Ghost Gaming. That's the second round for them.
As we get a peek at this one, the player goes jumping right off the statue. Bing! That's a nice shot.
2 impressive rounds coming in from Ghost Gaming as well. When we jumped into this one, you said that you did slightly favor Complexity, so we're very early in this search. Complexity can turn up in a big way. What do you want to see them do to try to switch things up on Ghost Gaming?
I think you need to get aggressive. I want to try to see if they might throw a B hit going into this one. That's exactly what they're going to do. Try to isolate this player on the B side. Typically, teams only send one player over towards here to play that defense, but you see they're counteracting that. They have somebody in the close corner already. He holds his shot, he takes it. He's finally going to be able to finish that kill. Panda turns around, gets the kill there on Study as well. Complexity try to fight fire with fire, but the fire Ghost Gaming comes out on top of that one. Lacefield finds a kill. Ghost Gaming can do no wrong right here in this search and destroy.
Panda with the snapper, and it just 3 rounds, 3 first bloods. Ghost Gaming having a really strong start in this S&D. They looked phenomenal in Hardpoint. Complexity was able to make a fight, though, at the later portions of the game and ultimately take that map. Question is, will Complexity be able to heat up in the same way inside of this search and destroy? Ghost Gaming, though, running away with it for now. Can see they are going to have that bomb. Who's going to be their carrier? I mean, at this point, I think it's mostly... Okay, so it's going to go with Mox. Mox still 3-0. Getting kind of close to streaks, snipe in his hand. He can play relatively safe. He does want to play for those streaks at this point.
Yeah, right now, Godorex is watching the cross. He gets the call saying there's nobody going to be even in that warehouse. Mox can go ahead and go for the quick plant here. He will get the streaks off it. That's the play call you love. That's Godorex's job, not only to try to work for that first pick, but just to get that intel where the players are going to be. Mox is going to come around with the beamer on Dashy. Fully streaked out is the young god from Ghost Gaming.
Mox is not done yet. He's looking for another one. Will he find Study? He comes around the corner. He sees him. I don't think that the kill does go his way, but Ghost Gaming going to be able to chop them down. 4-0 to start things off. Oh, man. I mean, they look like a well-oiled machine at this point.
And it's one of those risks you take too. You know, Godorex right now is just absolutely piecing with the M19 in his hand. So you don't really want to try to cross there because you know he's hitting his shots. But that's the risk that you take. You want to leave that A site wide open. As soon as you allow at least 2 or 3 players to cross over there for Ghost Gaming, good luck trying to get it back. And now Mox is going to be fully streaked out. He's 5-0, has a plant, has a defuse as well. And now it's where for Complexity, Mountain has to be ran by everybody because you know the impact this can make. You're seeing a 2 stack over here towards A site, 2 over towards B. Looks like the bomb is going to be kind of just wandering towards that back A site over by warehouse.
Really good site control coming out from Ghost Gaming on both A and B. They've split up their presence quite a little bit. Usually we see a first blood by now. These have been really fast rounds, slowing down just a little bit. It is going to be on Complexity, though, to break up this presence that Ghost Gaming has made on both of these sites. Some shots finally coming out. Dashy with the sniper rifle in hand, tries to find one, but once again, it's going to be a first blood. Beautiful kill coming out there, but it's going to be a first blood going the way of Ghost Gaming. But now only one player is going to be left up. It is Lacefield. Study coming in with the plant, all up to Lacefield right now. This could be the first round of Complexity, but Lacefield gets a little bit of work done. Now it's just a 1v1 situation. Dashy making his way on over to the site. Lacefield gets some early shots. He's got to take out the pistol. Lacefield, what are you doing? He still gets the kill! Lacefield's gonna be able to get it, and there it is! Another round for Ghost Gaming. They only need one more to have a perfect 6-0 against Complexity in map number 2. My goodness, Lacefield.
What in the hell just happened?
I'm sure that Complexity's asking the same thing.
He saw the positioning of the player, and he was right in front of the bomb. He said, I'm going to go for the defuse. He gets about halfway, goes for a re-challenge, runs out of ammo, still gets the kill. That's one Dashy needs to win. You need to make them pay for the mistakes. Ghost Gaming, match point, 1 round away from taking this one 6-0. What a way this would be to bounce back from that hard point as well.
All right, Study's going to be able to get the first blood. That's going to mean no streaks coming in. Parasite going to be able to get one as well. They do not want to go down without a fight. 2v4 situation. Still can't believe that. Dashy 1-5 at the moment. You know that he is going to be out for blood here. Complexity has their whole squad to work with. Pander's going to try to change that. He doesn't find the kill onto Study. Moving back right now. It's got to play relatively safe. Just 2 bodies up. Lacefield going to have that bomb as well. He wants to get the plant. They're going to be able to get 2 kills, but ultimately Complexity is going to be able to take their first round. Lacefield was awfully close to streaks. Was that kill enough to do it, Dirk? If we could jump on board with Lacefield to start things off for the next round, just want to see that would be even more streaks for them to work with. Already Complexity does need to play around the fact that they know streaks are in the hands of Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming, Revan says it quite a bit. Streaks basically, each streak means you can make 1 mistake and just mitigate it. Lacefield has streaks as well now, so I believe that's 4 mistakes that you can make, and I don't think that they're going to make 4 mistakes on their path to getting one more round in their back pocket and moving on over to CTF game number 3, tied up with Complexity 1-1. Both of these teams trying to get slotted into pool play. Ghost Gaming on an absolute tear. Here comes the streaks from Lacefield as well. Glide Bomb gonna get called in first to start the rhythm, to start the tempo off in this round. Parasite though finds first blood. Streak only gonna give information, nothing in the kill feed as of yet. Lacefield has another one to work in, but doesn't want to invest everything here. GodRX gonna find one with the machine pistol. Nice and easy. Everybody roaming all over the map right now. 3 players apiece inside of this round number 7.
You see Fighter Pilot coming in now. Lacefield's going to have to pick up a headshot with that one. So Bomb is going to be down over here towards this blue van. Fellow should be able to pick this one up now. He's going over towards this B site. Bomb is going to be going down. They have a pinch right here. Pander is in a situation where he needs to watch his front. He needs to watch his back dash. He's coming around. Pander is going to be able to take out both players. Win that one. Ghost Gaming 6-1 over Complexity.
My goodness. Can we just watch Lacefield versus Dashy for a couple more hours? All right, so we are going to see ultimately Ghost Gaming and Complexity completely tied up, but Ghost Gaming, that's about as dominant as you can be inside of the search. How were they able to do it?
I'm still looking at that last play. Like, I don't know what's going through Lacefield's. I don't know what's going through Dashy's mind. That was just one that it's going to be a Reddit thread. It's going to be everything. We're going to look back and I'm like, how did Lacefield just end up winning that one?
You know, I will say, though, one more time, Ghost Gaming, they did come out incredibly strong in the first map as well, and then it was on Complexity to kind of find their footing. It's just been slow starts each map for Complexity. This time, though, there is just no catching up. They only get 1 round before Ghost Gaming is able to close it out. But, guys, we're going to be going to our Game 3 after this quick break. Do not go anywhere. We're all tied up. Both of these teams trying to make their way into pools. better than waking up under the Georgia sun for a match that decides who's going to pools? Nothing. We're in the middle of Cole versus Ghost Gaming. The winner of this one gets slotted into pools. It's Pool A or Pool B, depending on which squad you are. A lot on the line. We're all tied up going into this CTF. Complexity's had some relatively slow starts in each map. My name is Rich. I'm joined by Dirk to cast this one. What's the story right now with Complexity having these slow starts? Obviously, they're able to come back in the Hardpoint. That's not the case in S&D.
Yeah, I mean, and it's Saturday as well, so you can't afford to just constantly having slow starts in every single game, but at some point it's going to come back to bite him in the butt. Right now it's working out for him in that Hardpoint at least. In the Search and Destroy, Ghost Gaming was just doing everything right when it came down to it. Now in the CTF, I'm going to be looking to see how Ghost Gaming has been able to transition their CTF play since the last time I saw them in the national circuit.
Both teams need 2 more maps. Complexity, if they win this, go into Pool A to play against Rise Nation, Splice, Latent Pandas, Echo Fox. If we see Ghost Gaming win, they have to play against the squads in Pool B, Luminosity, TK, Evil Geniuses, and Vitality. You know, both of these relatively scary, but I would rather be slotted into Pool A if I had thumbs than Pool B. I think Pool B, you already know Luminosity and TK look to be in absolute fighting form. Evil Geniuses, you know that they can take series off of squads. That's just my personal opinion. I think I'd rather go there than Pool A.
Yeah, I think for Complexity, too, that if you go on to win this one, you look at Pool A, you have 3 teams who are all struggling. 3 top teams that we, not Lightning Pandas because they're the top team, but one of the top Canadian teams going into this, but just all sitting at 1 and 2. So, I mean, if you're Complexity, you go into that group, you know, like, you know what, we have this momentum. We're going to be able to take probably a couple maps against this one. If Complexity wins this, they go back-to-back and they play Lightning Pandas on the main stage for the first pool play game as well. And if you're Ghost Gaming, you look at that, Luminosity, TK, nobody's really going to give them any sort of shot. Evil Geniuses is going to be a toss-up, and people might expect them to take Vitality, but depends. Is Vitality going to be showing up here on this Saturday?
It's easier to see how you perform really well in Pool A based off the records that those teams do have. So that is one thing if you are Complexity. That's just an additional carrot on the stick for you. All you have to do is take down Ghost Gaming to get into Pool A. For Ghost Gaming, they know that they're going to have to go into Pool B, but I'm assuming that the drive is definitely there. You know, we have Pander, we have GodRx, we have these 2 players that time and time again are in this situation. We're going to see GodRx getting that early kill here and some solid pressure coming out from Ghost Gaming as they march on up in this search. Parasite finally going to pick up a 2-piece, get things started a little bit quicker than Complexity's been able to do in the past.
It's going to be interesting. We talked to Ghost Gaming. They want to try to force Complexity to play submachine gun maps. We find ourselves in Ardent Forest for the rest of the maps throughout the entirety of this series. And it's going to be one of those maps where it's going to be a complete split between the ARs and the submachine guns, typically just going to be at 2 apiece. So we'll see how this does go. On the side of Complexity, you have Study right now. STG in his back pocket has that PPSH. He's going to be running for the majority of the time. Parasite obviously going to be running that STG for the side of Complexity as well. But you can see Pander trying to work out a little bit of a flank here. Spots Dashy in the back, gets the kill there. So nice 2 big kills coming from Pander. One more player to worry about over here. It's going to be Parasite holding down his sight. Shots do go in. Parasite still tagging him up, but Pander doing an excellent job of evading the shots.
He's really using logs to his full advantage here, trying to find Parasite, but Parasite's going to say, hey, look, this is my domain. We've already seen just how effective a player like Parasite can be in that position. Going to come out on top with the kill, move on over to that cave side, waiting to get an offensive push going. Spawns coming in for Complexity right now. They're going to be able to get a few kills as well. They can get some serious pressure going on here. Study marching right up the mid, but GodRx gets a big kill onto Fellow. That's going to allow him to get very close to this flag. This is an opportunity for him to maybe be a little bit cheeky, maybe get a sneaky little cap going, but Spawn's going to come in. This is going to put Adam probably in a bad spot. We are going to see those kills come in onto him. Now Lacefield does find one onto Dasha, but ultimately it's Complexity who's moving right into the flag. Last line of defense going to be mocked, and he's going to be able to find 2.
And Complexity had the right idea when going for that push. Typically, when you're trying to get that bomb out towards bunker, you need an AR going around that far bunker side, have somebody inside a bunker with that airborne who can just really try to go for a quick pick on that flag, then start to run away with it. Complexity, they tried to 2-stack over there towards that bunker. Both players mashed up. It was an easy defensive hold coming in there from Mox of Ghost Gaming, and now you start to see Ghost going right back the other way. They have a 4-man spread across the map. You can see Complexity trying to break out of their home base, going through ruins. Layfield's able to find one, but Parasite follows that one up with a quick trade.
This wave of kills kills could be absolutely massive. Ghost Gaming getting close to Complexity's flag, but kills seem to be going the way of Complexity. Finally, we are going to see Ghost Gaming get one, but it's going to be a 2v3 to start things off, and then the scale's going to be tilted even more in Complexity's favor. Spawns come in right now. This time it's going to be Dashy getting up from the grave, and they have pushed back Ghost Gaming yet again. But I will say, Ghost Gaming for the most part has been able to get offensive. They have been able to get into this side quite a bit. Pander and Lacefield going to have good defensive plays there. And now once again, they're going to take that and they're going to turn it into a push. And this time, it looks like the full wave of kills going to be coming in. Now they just need to find one more. This is a prime opportunity for Fellow to just run all the way for the flag and get the counter cap. That's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to get that counter pull. Otherwise, this could very easily be a cap. Fellow going to run out right through bunker. Each team with a flag in hand. We see this all the time on Forest, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely a map that's going to have more stalemates than anything else, but it's going to be Fellow pinned inside a bunker, but it does have the nice positioning over here towards this corner. It's going to have a PPSH, so Lacefield and crew, they're ready to go in for a pinch to try to get this one. Kill's going to come in from Lacefield, so he gets the points, he gets the return. Now he gets the caps. That's going to make Lacefield and Ghost Gaming fully streaked out. Ghost Gaming with a 1-0 lead over Complexity.
Ghost Gaming with a really good start here. Mox already in enemy territory. Needs to keep himself hidden for the time being. Gonna have to take that gunfight. Takes down Study. Gonna be an even trade. And now deciding to get very aggressive is gonna be Lacefield. Calls in those streaks, and that's gonna be another pull. This time the pull is by Pander, and he should be off to the races. All he needs to worry about is Study. If Study can't get shots into him soon, this should be a second cap coming in for Ghost Gaming. Study trying to catch up. Goddard's gonna step up to the plate. He finds the kill, and now it's going to be a slam dunk coming in from Pander.
And I really was starting to guess Ghost Gaming CTF, but just the improvements that they made immediately, as soon as that flag gets pulled, you have the players going for the cuts, which is one of the biggest things that when I watch them play, you can't play CTF in just that way of just keep on pulling and nobody's there to cover you. Just keep on dying. You're feeding the other team's points. You're giving them good progress towards those streaks. But with 30 seconds just to play here in round number 1, looks like things are going to finish at Ghost Gaming 2-0 unless Parasite can try to make a play over here towards bunker. He's starting to cross over. Holding down his line. One player's going to be at Fire Tank. That's going to be Lacefield. I'm wondering if he saw Parasite cross, but they could be trying to force extra time here.
Once again, though, I need to bring it up. We're just seeing Ghost Gaming outslay Complexity. Mox is a two-piece printing machine right now. Still streaks to work with for Ghost Gaming. They just want this clock to run out as they do head into the next round. Mox going to do it again. He gets every kill that he needs to get, and all of a sudden, Ghost Gaming going to be leading inside our CTF after an absolute heater that came out in S&D, 6-1. Ghost Gaming, you know, you talked about both of these teams at one point saying, yeah, they might tilt, right? It's something that we've seen in the past. That's definitely not going to happen to Ghost Gaming. Not today. We already see them heat up in Hardpoint. They're not able to take it. Complexity takes it away from them, but they come out with vengeance inside of S&D, looking strong and capture the flag as well, up by 2 as we head into our final round.
Something to take away too. Ghost Gaming on the so-called bad side was able to get 2 caps, so now they move on to the side where you can really start to rally and get things going. We'll see what happens here off the initial 2 players kills. Fall immediately for Complexity, leaving Fellow and Dashy up to try to hold this one off. Middle map control fight is going down. Fellow's going to position to Fire Tank, but Panda rips him off that one quickly, and Godarex takes out Dashy. Now just another 2 players up. One more wave of kills. They could get this one. Glide Bomb's going to come into play. They get the call on where Study is. They take him out, but Study's able to get the kill on the player using the Glide Bomb, but now Pander, he's able to get this one, pushing straight onto the flag. The stun comes in, but he has armored on, and he's going forward. He's going to be running a lot more slow. Somebody needs to cover from behind him, or he's going to fall. Is he able to squeeze around in time? He is. Fellow was the player with the PPSH, not able to connect fully on those shots, as now the flag is still going on forward. There's still one more player to worry about, though, pushing here towards middle. Flag's going to be
around. Yeah, he moves around the cabin. Ultimately not going to be able to get eyes on him. Ghost Gaming with a quick one. And one of the things about those streaks, it seemed really aggressive, but that's how Ghost Gaming's been playing this. They are out slaying. They've been aggressive throughout this entire match, and they're going to be able to turn that into another point. Mox, once again, just tearing people off headies. He doesn't even care. 16-8. He has been slaying like an absolute king. Lacefield still with more streaks to work with as well. Going to be able to pick up another kill. He's not done yet. Everyone from Ghost Gaming going to be up. They're going to try to get, once again, they're just looking to be offensive. You never see them too far behind that 50-yard line. They're going to be able to get a huge amount of kills. They need to find 2 more and potentially another wave of kills if they want another pull, but it is going to be Complexity who does hold. Study, the only one left up. Mox sneaks back around him for a second, but still going to be able to get some shots into his back. Complexity needs to get a little bit aggressive here.
And the big thing, too, is that Lacefield now, he's burned all of his streaks. We still have plenty of time. I mean, Complexity can do this one. You start to see him make a lot of map progression going on forward. They have 3 arrows toward that lower ruin side, and Study could make the play here for them to open things up. He's just going to be laying back, waiting for his teammates to go forward. He's able to find a kill there in Lacefield. 3 dead for Ghost Gaming. Pander, the only player up to try to make something happen. But now, if you're Ghost Gaming, you let them go away with that flag. You sit here, you get ready to try to get these next wave of kills, make a defensive stand, because Complexity, they're not going anywhere. You have Parasite on one end. He finds a kill. Study, he's still over there by the creek side. 2 players fall once more for Ghost Gaming.
I mean, this is one of the scary things about using those streaks to stay offensive. Right now, you're not going to have them for a defensive play. Complexity's just able to run that one in, but the first time that we really see, in what seems like decades, Complexity being aggressive on Ghost Gaming and forcing them into a defensive position, we almost see a rally come in. We almost see them just completely take in 2. So Complexity, if they can keep playing this offensive game, the same game that Ghost Gaming is attempting to play, we could see them be much more effective. They still have 2 minutes to get 2 more in to at least extend it. We know that that's enough time. And once again, Complexity getting aggressive. Ghost Gaming not doing the best job in the defensive play, but they're going to be able to get a counter cap here potentially. But in the last seconds, Ghost Gaming going to be able to find those kills. They just need to be able to take out Fellow, and it looks like it's going to be Lacefield who's going to be able to pull another one home.
And this is the thing, too. If you're Complexity, you need Study to start stepping up. Slow Hardpoint, slow search and destroy. Now 8 and 17 here in the CTF as well. We're going to see one more respawn, but I do feel like it could be almost like the deciding factor. If he's able to just contribute a little bit more when it comes down to that slaying, Complexity could have a chance to come back into this one. But the CTF separated by 3 points in a minute 30 in this one, Ghost Gaming should be close to the finish line.
KD isn't everything at all, but Parasite and pretty much every single respawn has been the only player to be positive throughout the entire game, and then Fellow towards the later portion has been stepping it up and catching up, and you can see that right now. 17 and 15 for Parasite, 14 and 12 for Fellow. And then you got players like Mox who are just demolishing people, 23 and 12 at the moment. But once again, Complexity going to try to get offensive here, get some nice kills. Respawn should come in soon, but we can see that they're spawning all the way over by Cabin. Going to be a pull for Dashy. Quite a few players up right now to stop this go. Pander going to look for that kill right now. Has some help. 4-1 in favor of Ghost Gaming. Kills do come in just in the nick of time. They're able to return. They're able to get a pull. Mox going to go for a run here. Study last player up to try to stop this.
Yeah, and right now you see Ghost Gaming, they're taking the most unorthodox route when it comes down to Arden Forest. He went all the way back, went through middle map, but that's pulling towards your teammate. You always need somebody there for your cuts. You don't just want to pull the flag and go over towards top, they'll open. GodRx adding a little bit of cherry on top onto this one. Mox gets another cap. Ghost Gaming, an absolute slaughter here in Arden Forest. 5-1 is going to be the final score here in the CTF.
Pretty similar to the final score that we saw inside the S&D. 6-1 in favor of Ghost Gaming. So all of a sudden, this team has woken up. One of the first things that you mentioned is we watched this clock dwindle down and see Ghost Gaming. I mean, we knew that they were going to be able to win that for quite some time at the end there. Arden Forest, you kind of start to favor Complexity, right? That's the whole reason that we saw Ghost Gaming try to go for these S&D heavy maps. They were trying to keep Haggy inside of the cage. It doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon, though.
No, yeah, I mean, Parasite's play has been very consistent throughout the series. I mean, nobody really had a great performance in that search and destroy for anybody on Complexity. There wasn't really one that stood out compared to everybody else. It was just slow all the way around. And the respawn, though, like we said, they've been trying to target Parasite to slow him down. He had a great hard point individually. CTF right there had a good performance as well, but it's just Study's like the X factor for me right now. You need to start to have Study pick it up in the slang, be more consistent with that one. You don't want to be the one who's constantly, your team needs to pick up your slack. And that's one of the biggest things too. So for Complexity to bounce back into this one, I need Study to just keep a consistent play. I'm not saying he needs to go off for 30 or 40. He needs to get above that 20 kill mark if they want a chance to come back in this next hard point.
You know, right now when I look at Ghost Gaming though, I can't even pick which player. They are just working as a team the way that they should. Everybody's doing exactly what they need to do. They're outslaying Complexity all around. Ghost Gaming looks phenomenal right now and just one map away from moving into Pool B. Going to be doing Arden Forest Hardpoint to try to do it in the last Hardpoint. It seemed like it was Ghost Gaming's map to throw. Complexity comes alive in the later portions. You see 250 to 225 on the first rotation of Hills. Complexity only had 40 seconds on the clock. in the end, they were able to lock down almost every hill, 250 to 225. Now we head into our second hard point. The question is, what will Ghost Gaming be able to do here? Are they going to be able to have as dominant a performance that they've had on the last two maps? 6-1, 5-1. Ghost Gaming, it looks like it's just their series at this point.
And that's just one of the things, too, is that you're riding on a wave of momentum right now if you're Ghost Gaming. If you're Complexity, you cannot get off to a slow start like you did. I mean, to be fair, it was really back and forth on that first hill, going into the second one a little bit, too. But at Ghost Gaming, it flipped a switch, and then for hill 3, 4, and 5, they were able to just completely take over.
I don't want to get ahead of myself right now, but Ghost Gaming, if they get slotted into Pool B, that's Luminosity's pool. I think Pander has gotten slotted against Octane every single time that he's gotten out of pools in World War II, and a lot towards the end of last season as well. And these guys used to play with each other. I remember back at ESWC in Paris, it was actually Pander who stepped in for LG. So once again, we might get to see the Pander Octane showdown. Just one map going to stand between that. Ghost Gaming leading by 1 on match point as we start the hard point. Cave very contest heavy. Complexity looks like they will be able to get in there first. Not surprising with the spawns that they do have. Ghost Gaming going to try to challenge, going to try to contest Cave. 3 seconds go on the clock for Complexity. Kills, once again, seem to be going the way of Ghost Gaming.
And that's the thing, you're looking at Ghost and just the way that they're playing in the CTF and the Hardpoint as well, is that they're playing their trades. They're having somebody that's constantly baiting him. You just saw there a perfect example. One player was just being a nuisance by fire. That allowed GodRx to push out and get a 2-piece inside of the hill. But Ghost Gaming, they've taken over Cave now, thanks to a big 2-piece coming in from Mox as they take that Cave control. Still 20 seconds to play for here, but you can see Complexity, they're starting to rotate through. They have Ruins in mind.
2-piece after 2-piece for Mox, and now Cave, quite a few seconds left, and you can see GodRx going to jump back into the hill, but already the remainder of Ghost Gaming starting to think about what they want to do on the rotation. Going to be heading out of Cave nice and early, and look, already trying to get these spawns, so now they can move back to Ruins nice and quick. Keeping in mind, though, they want to keep their eyes on those spawns in the later portions of this hill because Bunker can very easily be that money hill. But finally, Dashy going to be able to come up big, gets a 2-piece of his very own. 5 and 4 right now. Dashy's starting to come alive, a very high amount of interactions, which is exactly what Complexity needs out of him. And all of a sudden, Ruin's going to be locked down. Steady in the hill, close to streaks. You said you needed Steady to come alive. He's doing just that. 4 in his back pocket, finally going to be taken down before he can get streaks. But 4 and 2, he is being a leader for his team at the moment. Complexity ahead by about 12 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's the most time we've probably seen a team get when the spawns are just constantly split, going from that back bell, going towards the bridge. Finally, Ghost Gaming is going to take over this Ruins hill. Dashy, the last person to try to contest this one. It's going to be an AR battle between Mox and Dashy here. See who comes out on top of this one, just baiting out shots, and then a kill does come from behind there from GodRx as well. So that will secure Ghost Gaming a lot of that time. And again, another low-scoring game through the first 2 hills. The third hill in London Docks is where we saw a big change.
And it was for Ghost Gaming, and there were a lot of reasons for it, but you look right now, Complexity got the kills that they need to. Now they have the spawns. They have the perfect hold headed into Bunker. This could be the same thing that we saw in Hardpoint for Ghost Gaming when they took over on that money hill, but this time for Complexity Gaming, you can see they start racking up the seconds. It is up to Ghost Gaming to try to break this hold that has been set up by Complexity. Parasite making sure to preserve the spawns. Yes, there's a big kill coming in for Pander. Now all of a sudden it's going to be Ghost Gaming spawning out from Bell. They get another kill. They're going to be able to get the last 30 seconds of Bunker. Moving back right now, they want to preserve the spawns as well. GodRx moving around through cabin. That's actually going to allow, now you can see coming up right now is Parasite. Parasite's kill here could be massive for the squad of Complexity if he is able to get it, but only scrap time now left on Bunker, and Ghost Gaming pulls back ahead.
Nade does go in, it might finish off GodRx, it does just that, but Pander's holding a nice angle over here towards that East Road. Study now coming in on the flank. He's going to be taken out thanks to a quick turn coming in there from Pander. 6 kill streak for him. Once this hill pops, he's going to get the time. That's going to get him that fighter pile and the glide bomb. Telling his teammates, get away from the hill. It's mine. Trying to get this last one to be fully streaked out. Not going to be able to do so. Complexity comes off the respawn. Hill currently not in control by anybody. As you see, all 4 players getting ready to collapse in here on the East Road from the side of Ghost Gaming. GodRx and Lacefield open up with a kill piece. Complete 4-man sweep of Complexity. They're spawning all the way out towards this back bunker. Let's see how they regain.
That's what Ghost Gaming needs to do to get back online. They just need to start out slaying the way that they have in the last 2 maps against Complexity. Complexity, though, going to get a big wave of kills here as well, trying to breach this hill. Lacefield's last stand does not work out. Steady going to actually take down Parasite, but they take down everyone else as well, getting a few seconds. But Mox and GodRx are back with vengeance. 75 to 60. This one's just been back and forth. Once again, only scrap time left on the hill. These players starting to think about the next hill.
Mox is going to be the first player here for the side of Ghost Gaming. Just watching to see if he can catch anybody coming through his cabin cut. He spots that, he cleans him up, tries to peek around. Dashy is going to be able to get the kill there on him. Dashy finds himself two. Now the biggest thing to still bring up is that they have two streaks to work with. That can be very impactful. On Cave, it's going to be hard where you're angling that glide bomb or where you're calling in a fighter pilot. We see Pander sitting over here towards the back rock. Glide bomb is going to be called into play. He targets Dashy. He takes him out. One more kill over here by the bunker, but no, the cabin, he spawns right on top of him as well. Mox is going to get shot from behind. Complexity holding strong here towards Cave, and now the spawns have flipped. Study gets the read. He turns right around, trying to find himself one. Not going to be able to.
Cave could be very back and forth. Complexity with a small lead at the moment. Ghost Gaming with possession of the hill. They find another kill as well. They take out Parasite. This buys them quite a bit of time. Complexity was the one who won on the rotation to Ruins last time we were in this position. Now Ghost Gaming trying to change that, but the entire squad of Complexity already at the next hill. Now it's going to be GodderX who comes knocking, and he slams the door shut. Pander's going to help out with his streaks as well. He finds Fellow. Dashy's able to take down Mox, but Complexity just going to be sent to an early grave, spawning out by Bunker right now. And now Ghost Gaming going to be able to get this hill to start off this. Oh my goodness, Lacefield with a huge two-piece before Fellow can take him out. Ghost Gaming cracks 120, it looks like, at Ruins.
Again, it's going to be another split spawn coming in there. Fellow getting that kill on Lacefield is going to trigger that one. Fellow now coming from behind, gets inside the hill, so he's going to get the points for that one. GodderX is left up alive here in towards Dome. Gets the kill there on Fellow. That's going to earn him a glide bomb. The fighter pilot gets another kill there on Dashy as well. One more player to worry about right behind Parasite. He cleans that one up, but nobody getting inside the hill. But Ghost Gaming slowly starting to pull away here. Mox trying to make a play on the inside, but the crossfire comes in. Dashy cleans him up as well. Complexity, they get the final 15 over here towards Ruins.
6-1, 5-1. Yes, this map might not be as flashy as what we saw from Ghost Gaming in the previous two, but they are set up for success here, and now they're going to try to spiral that by getting here nice and early over to the hill that we know can be the money hill. They have so many streaks to work with. They're going to use that to preserve this hill even more. They have the spawns as well. This is going to just make it such a difficult hill to breach. They know exactly where Complexity needs to come from after using that streak. This
Perfect.
could just be a full 50-second hold now at this point for Ghost Gaming with these 42 seconds left. All of a sudden, Ghost Gaming firmly in the driver's seat, but we've seen Complexity come back from worse. Oh my goodness, GodderX gonna rain down havoc, going to be able to almost get another full, clean team wipe onto Complexity. Ghost Gaming looking very strong here.
Most definitely are. That's like the perfect artillery barrage placement that you want in that one. Sometimes it can bite you in a butt, but they just immediately turned a three-man stack over there towards the back bunker. They're forcing Complexity to spawn out every single time. A great hold coming from Ghost Gaming over in the biggest money hill on this map in towards bunker, but now we'll be going to East Road. Now keep in mind, he burned the fighter pilot in that sequence as well. Yes, it guaranteed them that full time, but East Road and Ruins are going to be the best place to use that fighter pilot as well. But Ghost Gaming, hefty lead, 172 to 109 over Complexity.
And now they're going to head over to East Road. As you did mention, one of the things that we've seen with Ghost Gaming is they're not hesitant on using the streaks. We saw that in the CTF as well. They could have held him for a defensive play. They used them to try to get offensive. I think Ghost Gaming smells blood in the water. They know that they can have a really strong hold on bunker, so they say, hey, let's just use the streaks. Now they got glide bombs still to work with. They're going to be able to, this is a pretty easy hill to nade. It's right in the open, so they're going to be able to take him down. And now East Road looks like it is going the way of Ghost Gaming for just a little bit. They're just 30 seconds shy of actually being in that 200-point range. And that last hill was one of the cleanest holds that we've seen so far inside of this map. And you can see we're kind of back to this low-scoring style here when we are on East Road, and this happens quite a bit on this hill. Now Complexity going to be able to break, and it's only for a second. They get what, 112 off of East Road, and now we're going to be set up to rotate. Ghost Gaming already looking at Cave.
Yeah, they're getting set up here. The biggest play might just be this fire cut fight with Study and Pander on your mini-map. If this goes down, the whole entire setup can break, but Pander's going to be able to hold true with the STG. Spawns have now flipped. It will be Complexity towards his back bunker. Pander has that complete read. He pushes out the machine pistol, finds one. Not going to be able to find a seconds. Study's going to be able to trade that one out, but GottaRex soaking up that hill time. 1 minute and 43 seconds and counting for Ghost Gaming. They will break 200 points off of this hill. They're not going to be able to win, but look at the crossfire coming in right now from Mox and Pander, doing excellent work, outclassing the duos of Complexity.
That's 3 for Lacefield right now. This has already bought them so much time. He goes for 4, not able to find it, but a lot of the damage already going to be done, cracking 200. Dashy finds a 2. That's going to be enough for Parasite to get inside the hill and probably hold these last 20 seconds, I believe, is when he did get there. And once again, Ghost Gaming, last time they already saw how huge it was for them when they got to Ruins nice and early. They were able to hold that hill. They're going to try to do it here. Spawns have flipped CWL once again. Whew, that one hurts.
Dashy able to get the quick snapperoonie over towards him. 3 kill streak for Study inside of the hill. So we talked about Study's definitely stepped it up for his team. That's something we can quickly highlight. Got off to a hot start. He's keeping up the consistent play. He's soaking up the hill time too. This could be the game changer for Complexity. Study getting these streaks. He is heating up. Complexity, they're pushing out their cuts. They're trying to get a good hold here on Ruins. If they're able to get the rest of this time, it'll put them at 184, and it definitely puts them in contention to try to make a comeback here in this match.
Study now fully streaked as well right before he goes down. He was the player to watch. He was who we needed to come online if Complexity was going to look good in this map, extend it to a game 5. He's done just that, but they're not out of the woods yet. Fellow gonna be able to get 3, and he's not done yet.
Now, this is where it gets scary if you're Ghost Gaming too. You know Complexity now is starting to get into the groove. They're starting to feel themselves a little bit, but now Bunker is going to be the decider.
Kind of reminds you of the last Hardpoint.
Exactly.
Kind of reminds you of the last Hardpoint. Complexity did just this. They turn up in the late portions of the map. Now they're going to start calling in the streaks. We know how huge that this can be.
Out.
This is, oh my goodness, it works. They call in the streak. That's going to be enough to influence the spawns, and they got to run all the way back from Bridge to get Bunker, and they're going to take the play right out of Ghost Gaming's playbook. They rip that page out, and now they're going to try to close out this hill with an exclamation mark. This could be a full hold. 44 seconds going to be left on the hill. Complexity's going to be able to crack 200. Ghost Gaming right now just needs to figure out how on earth are we going to break this. Now they're about halfway up the map right now. They need to come in as a unit. Study going to be one of the first lines of defense. He's going to get shot in the back by Lacefield. Looking good for Ghost Gaming. They may be able to break this bunker with the 24 seconds left. A hero play comes in from Ghost Gaming. It looked like Complexity was going to be able to shut the door on this hill and march forward in this map with a commanding presence, but Ghost Gaming says, not again. We are not going to throw away another map that is ours to win. If they get this win, they need 20 more seconds. 20 seconds stand between them and going into pool play, into Pool B. But Complexity still putting up a fight here, and now on East Road, they know just how big this is going to be for them. Ghost Gaming can win here.
They most definitely can. Your Complexity, you're really trying to fight to keep on pushing it to the next hill. You see all players are going to fall. Ghost Gaming pushing on here towards the East Road. Panda's going to be the first player inside. They still do have streaks to work with. They'll find a pallet so beneficial on this hill. Study's going to be able to find himself 3. One more player to worry about. Look how close Ghost Gaming is spawning. Nobody in any sort of position to hop inside of the hill for the side of Complexity. They need to go. They need to go now. You look at the game clock as well. That's sitting at 50 seconds. If the hill goes contested or anything, nobody's inside. The game clock could dwindle down in a sense, but now you're starting to see Complexity showing some life here. Mox going to be able to find 2. They're pushing on inside. Mox finds 3, fully streaked out. Ghost Gaming, this should be your ticket into Pool B.
They're going to call in the streaks and see what they can do at this point. Here they come, trying to close it out. 7 more seconds needed. They can win off the clock as well, but they're going to have to wait for another rotation. They're going to get this big wave of kills, and right now they need to run on over to Cave. They still have the glide bomb to work with. Mox has plenty of streaks. They could close off Cave as well. This one's done. It's going to be Ghost Gaming making their way in pool play. They will be in